Happy New Year! Welcome back, guys. This is Jinny and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I wanted to kind of sit down, have a chit chat and reflect back on my 2020. I think we can all agree that 2020 has been just a whirlwind of events, or a lack thereof. COVID-19, Australian wildfires, the presidential elections. There are just so many things that happened that honestly were stressful and challenging, and just things we wanted to forget, things we wanted to kind of close the door and say that was 2020. But I also want to remind us that in the stillness, in the challenging moments, and in the chaos, there were still really beautiful and awesome things that happened. I want to start with myself. I think at the beginning of this year, there were moments where I was really emotional and just not in a good place, because I thought I needed to do more and I needed to be more productive and more efficient and just more accomplished, and couldn't, right? Because I was home and the world was in a pandemic and a lockdown, and it was really hard. But now at the end of 2020, I look back, and as I sit here and reflect on what happened, there was so much more that I accomplished than I thought. But I wanted to kind of boil it down to 10 things that I'm really proud of and 10 things that I want to remember 2020 for. And so without further ado, here are the 10 things I accomplished in 2020. All right, guys, so starting off with number 1 is the most obvious, which is this. I started YouTube in 2020. I started in August of 2020. This is something that I had always dreamed of doing, something I was always interested in doing, but never really took the leap of faith. I always compared myself. I always thought it was too late, and I just always thought I'd have the skill sets to do this. And rather than waiting, this was finally the year that I did it. And I have invested money and time and effort into this new channel. And I hope you guys have been able to witness some of my growth in the videos that I've been making. This has been an amazing process so far, and I hope to continue for as long as I can. And I hope you guys will follow me along the way. Number 2 is something that probably can be seen as maybe reckless, but I promise you I did this in the most safest way that I could. And I do want to also caveat that this was something I needed to do for my own mental health and for my own well-being, and that is traveling. While 2020 was not a time to travel internationally and go on adventures around the world, it was a year where I got to do a lot of traveling domestically and visit cities that I had never visited before. And so this year I actually did a handful of traveling to nearby places as well as a couple further. And those included Cape Cod, Utah, St. Louis, Ithaca, Baltimore, DC, and Philly. Some of these places are familiar and home to me, and other places were brand new. It was really exciting to be able to visit these places for a weekend or for a long weekend, and visit friends and go with my boyfriend and just really enjoy that time off away from what is just my room and this apartment. It was really refreshing. It really gave me the break that I needed, and I'm really grateful that I had 2020 to kind of explore the United States. Number 3 is something that I got to do at the beginning of the pandemic. While pandemic kind of closed us into our homes and cut us off from our friends and our usual social life, it actually rekindled and reconnected me with old friends and old acquaintances around the world. I got to Zoom, FaceTime, and I got to even meet some people in person that I haven't seen in a really long time, from college friends to study abroad friends to even family members, actually. And so yeah, I really thank 2020 for giving me an opportunity to reconnect with these people and to say hi, and to hopefully continue doing so as we move into 2021. Another accomplishment I made this year is hit 1 year at my job back in June. I started this job in 2019, and this has been kind of my first full-time job since I moved to New York. I had a different job when I first got here, but unfortunately that did not work out and I was laid off. And so there was a period in which I was looking for a new job. And so This has been my first role in marketing industry. So I was actually in education prior to this in Houston, and so making that career switch was really scary, something that I just didn't know if I could do. And so hitting a year at this job and being able to hold down something in a new industry that I've never had experience in has been amazing. And we'll see how this job continues to grow and how I continue to grow at this company. Number 5 is something I got to experience through my boyfriend Dan, and that is learning how to golf. Actually, at the beginning of this year, Dan took me out and took me to the range, and since then I have been progressively getting better, and now I can, go on a full course and play a whole 18-hole round with him. And yeah, it's something I wasn't into at first and kind of rolled my eyes at when he was, doing it because he was so into it. But now that I can hit the ball and actually play, it's definitely something I want to continue practicing. And yeah, it's actually a really fun sport. So yeah, golf. Number 6 is something I'm really proud of. At the beginning of this year and the beginning of a couple years ago, I started doing a challenge where I would read 1 book a month to read hopefully at least 12 books a year. This year I read 10 books, so I did not reach that goal, but it's fine. I'm still very proud of 10 books. That's still a lot for me. Never have I been an avid reader. I used to only read if it was required of me and if I had to for school. So this is amazing. I've read everything from historical fiction to a self-help book to just fiction in general. And so it's been amazing to see that love for reading grow in me, and for me to actually reach out to people to get recommendations, to buy books, and finishing a whole book has just really felt good. And so I'm gonna continue that this year as well. Some of my favorite books from this year include A Little Life, All the Light We Cannot See, Kite Runner. I might do a book review video at some point, so let me know if you guys want me to do one. But yeah, reading 10 books has been really good. Moving on to number 7 are my monthly challenges. So this year I did 3 monthly challenges, meaning I spent 3 months doing a challenge for the entirety of that month. In February, I ran 1 mile a day, meaning for 29 days straight, whether it was cold or raining, whether I had the right clothes, the right shoes or not, I had to run at least 1 mile every day. And then in April, I did a workout challenge where we did 10 sit-ups, or 10 in and outs, 10 push-ups, and 10 squats, and then we added 5 each day. So at the end of 30 days or 31 days, we were doing 135 of each. And then in August, I did a only water challenge where I only drank water. So I cut out juices, sodas, alcohol, and coffee, which was super hard for me. I did drink tea just as a natural caffeinated drink. I did drink that, but overall drank nothing but water. Very difficult, but I did it. And so yeah, 3 challenges for 3 months. Yeah, I tap myself on the back for that. You try doing that, it's hard. So yeah, monthly challenges. Number 8 on the list is a very adulting accomplishment, which is I started working with a financial advisor. Finances have always been a big worry and stress factor for me. Having that stability and knowing what I'm doing with my money is really important. So I've been meaning to figure it all out, and even at the age of 28, it still confuses me in terms of taxes and retirement funds, Roth IRAs, and it's just all confusing. So in order to resolve that, I got a financial advisor, and thankfully, with the recommendation of a friend, I found someone who I really connected with and trusted. And so she and I have been working together since the summer, and we've gone through where I'm at, what my financial goals are in the future, and we've talked through everything. And now we'll be checking in kind of on a yearly basis to make sure that I'm on track. But it's really given me that education and that know-how confidence to, feel like I'm in a really good place as I move into the adult part of my life and the more large purchases and goals that I have financially. Number 9 on the list is strengthening my spiritual habits. I am a Christian to be. I don't love saying that I'm a Christian quite yet because I think I'm really far from it. but that is kind of the religion and the faith that I'm walking towards. And in order to become a Christian, I've been really strengthening my habits, and some of those have been daily devotionals, joining a small group, attending Sunday service, and just like praying more and thinking more so in the Christian mindset, and just kind of reverting back to the messages that I've been hearing. Christianity has always been a part of my life, but something I didn't seek out and something I didn't feel connected to. And a couple of years ago, I reconnected with it. And so I think 2020 has been a year where I've really made those incremental steps to get closer and to get stronger in my faith. And then finally, last but not least, this one might seem really silly to some of you, but I stopped biting my nails. Caveat, I didn't completely stop, but I've gotten very far in terms of not biting my nails. I've always had a chronic habit of biting my nails to the nubs. Someone used to describe that my nails look like elephant nails. If you don't know what those look like, here is a picture of them. I'm a stress biter. When I get bored, I bite my nails. It's just been a habit of mine since I was really little. And I bite them to the point that they bleed and they hurt, and I can't really do anything with my hands. And so I've tried everything out there, including the nasty nail polish, tape, gum, gloves, getting my nails done. Nothing has worked. But for whatever reason, and maybe this is connected to my 9th accomplishment, which is my spiritual growth, I don't know, but by the grace of God, I have stopped and have made progress in not biting my nails. My nails actually have like the white part at the tips, if you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, this is it. 2020 is the year I stopped biting my nails. I'm still working on it. I still do bite a couple here and there. The stress has not gone away, so it still happens, but it is way better than it used to be. I still mark this a huge accomplishment. And those of you who know me also probably marked as a huge accomplishment. So yeah, 2020, thanks. All right guys, so that's the end of the video. Thanks so much for sitting with me and listening to my 10 accomplishments in 2020. I hope you guys found this video a bit uplifting and helpful and maybe funny. There's so much that I did beyond these 10 things, but you know, I think these are 10 things that came to mind right away. And I want to encourage you guys to do the same. Make a list, share them out, reflect, write them in your journal of all the things that you've accomplished this year, all the things you've learned this year, because 2020 was not a waste. And I don't want you guys to close the door on 2020 simply because it was filled with so much tragedy. Cherish those moments, they're still precious. And I hope that 2021 is filled with even more. And I hope you guys and I can continue learning from one another, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.